You're not doing your eyebrows right. The tail was like down here, and the pencil was like over here.
You know what makes it worse?
What?
Is that's a tattoo, it's not pencil.
Okay, hi everybody. So my name is Cam.
My name is Lena.
And welcome to
Two Stubborn 20-somethings.
It's like,
Stubborn 20-somethings.
oh, Carolina has wanted to do this for us.
Forever. It's been like a year ago. I feel like I told you this, and then we keep postponing. We're like, okay, we'll do it by then.
Yeah,
We'll do it by then. And then I set the date as my birthday. And it is now 3 weeks after my birthday, but we're here and we're doing it, so that works.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to talk about our opening question?
Yes.
Okay.
Cameron, what were you stubborn about this week?
Okay, I have a good one.
Okay.
So my partner always wants to go on walks. We wanted to schedule every Sunday for us to go on a walk in the morning. If you can't tell, I'm not a walk-loving girly. And my therapist was like, do you like to do any kind of physical activity? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay, well, how about walking? And I was like, no. So
I feel like walking is the worst.
Yeah, because you're not like fully doing it.
Yeah.
It's just
you're
kind
like
of like
half-assing it.
Got it.
And then you're like just breathing air and like looking
wasting
at shit.
air. Yeah. So we planned to do a Sunday morning walk every week for about a month and a half.
Okay, cute.
We have not gone on a Sunday morning walk yet. And that's mostly because of me. Last week my partner was like, I'm gonna go on a walk this morning. And I was like, no, like what about me? And then we like got a little scuffle about how we said we were gonna go on a walk and we weren't, and
you were being stubborn about it.
Yeah, so that's what I was stubborn about. Carolina, Lena bestie. We're gonna get used to it.
I thought that your stubborn was gonna go in like a positive direction. I thought you were gonna be like, I was stubborn enough with myself that I went on a walk, and I was gonna be like, fuck, my stubborn one is that I have been avoiding grocery shopping for 3 months straight.
Do you ever go to grocery shopping?
No, today when we went to the grocery store, it was like my first time in forever. My grocery bill has been so low.
And Munchkin, I feel like, will send you food sometimes when you need
Munchkin
it.
does send me food sometimes. She always asks to send me food, and I always say no. Because I'm like, it's fine. I'm good. I have, like, cereal and no milk. I can just eat it dry. It's totally fine. But, that's what I've been stubborn about. Not even this week, but that's what I've been stubborn about for a long time. It's my main stubbornness.
I live on, like, the 3rd floor, as you know.
Yes.
So groceries are, like, literally a terror.
Do you get them delivered?
My neighbor told me, like, to get them delivered.
Yeah.
But no, we go
God
ourselves.
bless the person that fucking delivers them, because I would shoot myself if I got to your building. And I had to carry up, like, 17 bags of groceries.
We used to get, like, water. Like, those big water jugs?
Yeah,
we used to get that delivered.
Damn.
And the person would leave them, like, right by the door. They would be like, I guarantee they saw the stairs and they're like,
they were like 3rd floor? No way.
Yeah. So,
I would have quit my job on the spot.
That's how I feel about grocery shopping.
I think that we should let the people know what our story is.
Who are we?
Yeah, who
Why
are we?
Are you watching us?
How did we get here? How did we meet each other?
Okay. Not that look. Bitch.
Cameron, how did we meet?
I'll start.
Because you met me before I met you.
Fuck you. So I was in the 10th grade. Little lonely gay girly. I was in the music program and Alina was in the dance program, and the hallway is like, of the two programs, is like connected. So after I left music all the time, I'd be like seeing this girl coming out of the dance hallway, and at the time I think maybe you had a shave moment going on.
I
did. You?
I had like this part of my head I had actually had my whole head shaved. It was growing in. So I would like put it up, and then maybe I had like this patch like really shaved. The rest was growing in. Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, that's a gay. For sure. And I was obsessed. To the point where
I had no idea she existed. I had not noticed her once. Like how many months did that go on for before?
Not that long, because, like, my friends were trying to riz me and trying to be like, talk to her, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, a month and a half.
Damn, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was just, like...
And I was, like, building up the courage, like, to the point where I took a picture of you, and I still have it somewhere from your Instagram, and I gave it to my hairdresser. And I was like, can you make my hair look like this?
You've never told me that.
Really? Yeah. So, and it was like when you kind of had that like high low kind of not a bob.
Yeah,
but,
it was like a little
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I want my hair to be like this. I don't know why I thought becoming your twin would make you attracted to me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's actually funny is I genuinely really do like people that look like me. So it might have worked.
Okay, noted. I come back next episode, you're gonna see me, and I'm gonna be dressed the same.
Long hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna dye my hair to black. So I seen her around, and I was like totally obsessed. She is still a year younger than me.
I was a year younger. Now I'm older.
Well, to be honest, you did get older. And I wrote a song about her, and I had to call it
before we
met.
she had ever messaged me.
And I wrote a song, and I ended up calling it Carolina.
Right, because your dad edited your music.
Yes, my dad and my mom, like, I wanted to show them, and at the time, like, I was not obviously out or whatever, so I was like, I was telling them, yeah, it's about, like, when we went to Florida, and we stopped in North Carolina, and all the beautiful scenery, and the trees, and etc. is what I wrote it about. My mom, for sure,
the first line is, like, short hair.
Yeah.
Dancing.
Tiny shoes. Do you have tiny shoes?
I'm a size 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm a size 10.
Okay, yeah, I guess they're tiny.
Yeah, so 100%, my mom probably heard it and was like, that sounds a little fruity. One day you guys will hear it. If you want to hear it, comment below. Yeah. Let us know. I DM'd her and
you were like, hey, I've seen you around school and I just wanted to let you know, like, I think you're so beautiful. And this wasn't the first time that somebody had been like, I love your style, like, I think you're so cool, because I literally had, like, a shaved head. Like, I was trying to, I don't know. It was a weird phase, but, like, people were eating it up.
Yeah.
I personally was not, but other people were. So it wasn't the first time that I had received a message that was like, oh my god, like, you're so pretty. And that's kind of what I saw it as. So I was like, thanks, girly.
So there's a couple times where we'd bump into each other. You had a class, like, you know where that science hallway is?
Yes.
You had a class, like, toward the end of that hallway. 100. So I knew that you went that way. And one day I, like, bumped into you, and I was like, I don't know if I said, like, let's go to Halloween Haunt.
Yeah.
I think I was just like,
you ever want to
like,
hang out?
Yeah, I want to hang out sometime. And I remember I was so nervous. My cousin does this funny, like, little voice that's like, so yesterday we were going to the mall, and then so I remember I asked you, and I was like, so, like, do you think you maybe want to, like, hang out sometime? And I remember walking away and being like, why the fuck did I just say that in that weird ass voice? But for some reason you said yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I'm making
Girly,
a friend.
yeah.
I was like, that's so cool. And I think because you said it in a weird voice, I was like, she's just weird. And I wasn't like, kind of weird.
So, like,
like, you weren't like, hey, I would love to take you out. Like, you were just like, do you want to, like, maybe hang out sometime?
Yeah, my female Riz was not.
No.
I don't think my Riz at all was, like, developed at that time. I was definitely very insecure, and I thought, like, you're, like, so beautiful. And I was like, my gosh, like, she's not going to say yes to me.
And I was like, hell yeah, let me make a friend. Let's go out. Let's do something.
Was I giving, like, gay vibes at that time?
No.
I feel like now, like, the colored hair and, like, when I wear earrings, like, this outfit.
Yeah. Your entire energy definitely gives bi vibes.
But we're definitely, that's what I mean. It's a different kind of gay. Like, I'm a bi, you're a full gay, the full moon gay.
Yeah, the full thing.
So, yeah, I wasn't giving. You're like, no.
No, and if I had thought that you were giving that even a little bit, when you sent me that message, I would have been like, oh, she's hitting on me.
Yeah.
Because I'm full of myself.
We did have this conversation where I was like, has anybody ever, like, been on a date with you and not been obsessed with you after?
No.
So, yeah. So then we decided that we are going to go to Halloween Haunt. And, whoa, for those who don't know, which is, like, our, like, big
Six
amusement.
Flags.
Yeah, like our
amusement
Six
park.
Flags kind of amusement thing.
Yeah, and during October, during Halloween, there's, like, people walk around as, like, scare actors and whatever. And
there's, like, haunted houses and stuff.
Yeah, mazes. And so Kieran asked me, she's like, let's go to Halloween Haunt. And she messages me this on Instagram. Like, she's like, hey, so for, you know, when we hang out, like, I was wondering if you wanted to go to Halloween Haunt. And I was like, sure, yeah, that sounds great. And she was like, okay, cool, I can get our tickets. And I was like, no, that's fine, I can get my own ticket. And she was like, no, like, it's fine, I can get our tickets.
On my mom's money.
And I'm like, no, like, it's fine, like, I can grab my own ticket. Like, I already had a job, I was like, I'm fine. So then I get my ticket, you get your ticket, we meet there. I remember my mom dropped me off, and then I meet you at the front, and we walked in. You were like, hey, like, you give me a hug. And I was like, oh, this is so fun. Like, I've never, like, had a friend come about in this way.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm so excited for this first date.
Yes, I did candy corn makeup that day. I was very excited.
And I was like bundled up, like just like in my sweats, like being like, it's cold, because it's cold in October here.
I was actually wearing multiple pairs of pants.
Yes, and we have a video to prove this.
Hands on underneath, okay? Underneath, oh shit. Like second when I came down. Underneath, okay? I'm gonna move over my shoes. 1 second, sorry. Don't worry. Don't even worry, you're pretty little head about it. I'm just a little hot. Don't even worry about it. All right.
Okay. So we're like walking through the amusement park. I'm gonna do it from my perspective
Okay,
because I think it's hilarious. Because I'm so oblivious to the whole fact that like you are trying to pay for things, you're trying to like walk closely together, you're trying to be like, do you want to go on this ride? Like we can sit next to each other, like whatever. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like that sounds so fun. We go to Starbucks and you're like, oh, I'll get it, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me pay for it.
No, because I was like, why are you trying to pay for stuff?
Yeah.
Like, we're friends.
Yeah.
Relax. Like, 50-50. Like, if you get this one, I'll get the next one. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, this is not a date.
Yeah.
And so at one point, we're, like, walking around. And I don't remember if you explicitly were like, can you just let me take you on a date? Or if you were like, so what is this? Like, is this a date? Or I don't know how it came about, but I know that there was a moment where
Like,
I realized
yeah.
that you saw it as a date.
Yeah.
And I had to be like, oh. Do you remember what you said? Because I don't.
I remember paying for your Starbucks, and I remember when we were in the line, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get something.
Yeah.
And then I remember asking you, because you wouldn't, I was like, yeah, but like, what do you usually get? And you wouldn't tell me. And then I was like, okay, well, like, what if you were going? Well, what would you get? And you're like, chai, whatever, something.
Yeah.
And then I go to the person I order
still my
mine,
order to
and
this
I'm
day.
yeah, same. And I go to the person I order mine, and then I'm like, and like a chai, like whatever thing, and you're like, ugh, and I paid for it. And I remember being like, you should kiss her, like just kiss her right now, like just kiss her before we get to the thing. I did not. No risk.
That has never happened.
Just putting it on the table. Yeah, I don't remember though, like the specific conversation. I don't.
Okay, in my mind, this happened before the pants situation.
Oh, when you knew it was a date?
Yeah, I feel like at some point you mentioned something, or like, I don't know, maybe you tried to grab my hand. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I was like, and then I feel like you asked like, so is this a date or like, is it not? And I was like, I didn't think that it was. I thought we were just
It sounds
hanging out
like
as
something
friends.
I would say.
Yeah, and that sounds like something I would say. So I feel like that's a conversation. And then I feel like after you realize like it wasn't a date, that's when you were like, okay, well, since it's not a date, I'm gonna take off my pants because I'm dying of heat.
Slay.
I think that was the icebreaker.
Yeah.
And then we had fun.
Yeah.
Because you were so nervous and awkward.
Yeah.
We were barely talking. And then I was like, why is she being so quiet?
Yeah.
Like, she was weird when she asked me. Now she's being, like, very normal.
She was saying a really weird voice before.
I'm like, where did it go? And then once I was like, I'd like to be friends. You were like, okay, great. Now I can take off my pants. I think that was the first belly laugh that you gave me, for sure. And I was like, this girl's going to be my best friend. And you were like, I'm going to marry her.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we started getting really close, and then there was maybe like a couple months where I was like, I think I could maybe still make this happen. Like in the back of my head, I was like, we're getting really close. Like, what if like just like she just falls in love with me? And then up until like maybe your birthday, I was like, I remember like calling Deja, and I would be like, okay, like I'm gonna ask her out like again, like this is like months later, like, and I was like, I'm gonna like maybe like surprise her, like take her out or like something like that.
Probably didn't help that because I also like your birthday present.
Yeah,
gay as hell.
Yeah,
I made her like an I love you basket.
Oh, it was
with
the
like
best present
a
I've
million.
ever gotten.
Yeah.
It had letters from my family
And friends. Like I literally had her mom reach out to like extended family to send in letters.
Yeah.
And like email them to me, and I printed them all out.
There's videos that you made.
Yeah, I put videos on a USB stick.
There's like gift cards in
We'll
there.
open it on one episode.
Yeah,
we'll
perfect,
do an
perfect.
unboxing.
We have it.
Yeah,
I have it. Yeah, and I think you're just so like flirty, I think, just like as a person. And I was like thinking about how to word it.
I think it's autism or the ADHD.
yeah.
It's something because I make eye contact a lot while I talk, and I like really study people's faces for like their expressions, and like I read lips, so it always looks like I'm
Oh my goodness, I'm like looking at your mouth. Like, So then I'm like, we're just getting close, and I'm like thinking in the back of my head, like maybe this can still happen. But I think like after your bitch, they know. We already fucking said it. You don't even go over it again. After your birthday, when we hung out on that day, I think I was like, okay, like if it was gonna happen, it probably would have happened by now.
Yeah, because you were literally like caressing my hair, and I was like laying in your lap. You had a button of your shirt unbuttoned.
I literally, my shirt was like, I was wearing your grandpa's shirt because you're at your grandparents' house, and I'm like wearing his shirt, which I thought was gonna be oversized on me. Meanwhile, I literally can't button it up. My boobies are out.
We have pictures.
Yeah, and I'm like taking like pictures of you.
Yeah, and she's like, and I'm like in a bra.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh, that's such a good picture. Like, do this, do that. And she's like, that's so sexy. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
There's a video of us, and I'm sitting on the bed, and I was like, what, 16 or 17 at the time. I'm like, I'm gonna have a car. My parents
I have my
money.
G2. Like, I have a big house. I don't have a curfew. I can sleep over anytime.
Yeah, so I think after that, I was like, okay, like it's a beautiful friendship. I'll let it die here. But then it has just become like our ongoing like joke.
Everyone I've ever been with knows. Like the first thing I tell them, like, so you're meeting my best friend Cameron, just so you know she's in love with me, but don't even worry about it. Like nothing's ever happened. Munchkin is so cool about it, and Munchkin loves Cameron to death.
Oh yes,
Cameron will be officiating my wedding.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
You knew you'd be at the altar with me someday.
Yep,
not the way you thought.
My speech is gonna be crazy. It's gonna go off. I can't wait. I'm gonna start writing it soon. I have like little points that I want to like go over, but I'll put it together. The wedding will probably be sooner than I think.
Yeah, probably like summer 2025.
Knowing you.
Summer 2025.
Yeah? That's what you're aiming for?
Yeah.
I love that. Babies by 2030?
Ooh. We'll get back to you on that. Well, I think that's a great segue since we did just talk about how I rejected you for the past 7 years. How do you deal with rejection, Cameron?
So it definitely used to be a lot worse.
Right. I feel like the first 2 years of constant rejection were rough.
Yes. And just like when I was like a kid and being like chubby or whatever, like I was always had this like in my head where I'm like, oh, like they're not gonna like me, or like it was just repeated pattern. There was evidence to suggest. Yeah. And then when I got like in my first serious relationship, I think I was so like, oh my god, like this person likes me. Yeah. And they were kind of like times when they were trying to like break up with me during that time. She was crazy. I said some things I would definitely never say. Some things I wish I could take back. There was screaming, there was crying, there was threats of
violence.
Not a violence toward myself, mostly. Like I was like, believable. If you leave me, I will. And you know what? I only said it one time. I've only ever said that sentence once. And that shit was held on me for so long. Like, he was always like, oh, like, that one time you said, and now I can't leave you. I'm like, okay, whatever. I take it back. Anyway, so at that time...
You're still here.
Yes. Rejection was not good for me.
Difficult.
I was definitely acting out a lot.
I feel like that's, like, the innate way that we want to deal with rejection, because the embarrassment of being rejected makes you angry. It's like when you stub your toe and you're like, why the fuck is that there in the first place? Yeah. You're like, when I kissed the curb in the car the other day, I'm like, where did the curb come from? Who would put a curb here?
Yeah, so like deflecting.
Yeah, where you're just like,
it's your problem.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Can't be me.
Yeah. Why am I getting rejected? It couldn't be anything to do with me. Sometimes it's not, though. Like
sometimes it really isn't.
Yeah.
I've rejected people for things that have nothing to do with them.
Yeah, and sometimes like they're not in the right place, or sometimes like it's really black and white and they're just an asshole, or you know what I mean? Or
I've been both.
Yeah. Been both, received both. That was a weird word that I used. Now I feel like it's like gotten a little better. I have rejected some people now in my life.
Congratulations.
I know, thank you. I feel like it's a milestone.
Yeah, it is.
In those ways, there's a lot of things I feel like I would have done differently and whatever, but I definitely think it was kind of easier for me. I mean, I haven't been rejected in like 2.5 years now. Yeah. So
you've actually had like a lot of what's the opposite of rejection? A lot of acceptance. Yeah. You've had a lot of acceptance over the past 2.5 years.
that went somewhere, and I felt that deep in your belly, wherever that was coming from. We can address that later. That felt like it was being saved in the back of your mind to me. I think now it would be different, and especially because, like, I don't know, I just haven't been single in a really long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
I guess there's rejection from other things, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
I feel like those don't hit as hard, though.
No.
Like, if you get rejected from a job, you're like, okay, well,
yeah,
there's other people.
it's true.
But when it's, like, a personal relationship rejection, I feel like that hits so much harder. Because you're like, well, it's me as a person.
This is kind of out topic, but I saw that concert that I saw the other day.
Yeah.
The girl has a line that was like, it would have been somebody else if it wasn't me. And I was like, and when we're talking, like, about, like, thinking about, like, abuse or, like, bad situations, it's like, it's not even about you a lot of the time, or, like, what you did. It's just
person.
like,
100.
it would have been somebody else.
Yeah.
So
Yay, won the jackpot.
so yeah, that's my thoughts on rejection. Have you ever been rejected? I guess that's what we're talking about next.
Not that I can recall.
That's like when you're on the stand and you're like, not that I can recall.
Yeah, not that I can recall. I've really, because we've talked about this, and I have been racking my brain to think about the last time that I've been rejected. Actually, there's one instance. I've been rejected once.
Okay.
And there was this girl. I don't remember if it was like a dating app or if it was like social media or something, but she like lived in the area. She no longer does. But she lived like fairly close and whatever. And so we were like, let's hang out. I had just moved here. And so I was like getting to know people in the area. Two. That's all the people in the area that I know. Two in my neighbors. I wasn't really looking for a relationship because I had just gotten out of one. You know, doesn't hurt to have friends. And so she came over and we hung out for like a few hours. Like nothing happened. Like we just talked. But I think she was like more masculine because that's my type. But also, it's also my vibe. For some people, it's like they don't know how to like balance the masculinity. And I think I came off very, especially at that time in my life, I was like very much in my masculine energy. And I think she was like,
like it was like competing.
Yeah. Because I think I outmatched her. Yeah. She messaged me like a couple weeks later. We hadn't talked. Like she kept being like, oh, like let's hang out. Like I can drop by today. And then would be like, oh, sorry, like I have work like super soon. Like I slept in or whatever. And I was like, that's fine. Like I didn't work my life around her. It was like whatever. And then she messaged me. She was like, hey, like I didn't want you to think I ghosted you, but I started talking to someone and it got serious. So I like out of respect, like I just stopped. Which I don't know if that really counts as rejection. I kind of feel like maybe that was her way of saying that, you know. But like I feel like she was already talking to someone, and like obviously the vibe wasn't even there, so like I wasn't feeling it either. I didn't feel rejected. Okay. But technically I did get rejected because I was not the one that was like, hey, lay it off, you know. So that's my one experience with rejection.
I was just gonna say, you're really riding on a technicality here. Like you're saying, like, so one time someone told me they didn't want to hang out anymore, that I did not date or had not very much interest. No, I'm kidding.
Most of the rejection in my life has come from me, like romantically. Has come from me.
So how do you deal with having to reject other people?
So historically, not well.
Yeah.
I've been a phantom. I've been a Casper. I've done my fair share of ghosting.
Oh, sorry. Let me also say, again, it's called avoidance. Sorry if we didn't get my plug. Stream Snapchat memories by Cameron Tanya. Thank you. Continue.
Prime example, my current and forever munchkin.
Oh, yes.
I ghosted her when we first started talking. It was like during the summer. And she messaged me and she was like, hey. And I was like, hey. And she was cute. I never denied the fact that she was cute. I was like, ooh, she's cute. But she had just gotten out of a long-term relationship. And the game was just not there.
I thought you said it was because she liked anime.
I was trying not to say that. Okay, call me out. Fine. Her second question was, do you watch anime? And I was like, no. And she was like, well, my favorite is XYZ. And I was like,
I didn't ask.
Yeah, I literally. And I was like, okay, that's nice.
Okay, she knows.
She knows. Oh, no. And like, it's so funny because I love her so much. I literally adore her to death.
She
because
has anime tattoos.
We talked, I know. And I love her sleeve. I think it's so cool. It's so unique. She gets compliments on it all the time. And I'm like, yeah, they're really good. And I started watching some, like right now I'm like only into the movies. We tried watching a show, but like I can't really get into the
give you a
show.
good show.
Which one?
It's called Kakaguri.
Okay.
And it's about like a gambling school. It's pretty much a school where like they gamble.
Okay.
But like it'll be like gamble over your nail beds. Like it's like kind of like gory and
not sure that that's my vibe.
No?
No. But I really like Studio Ghibli movies.
Okay.
Like I can that's where my threshold is right
there's
now.
Just like
and she's happy with that.
Sexy. Like there's some kind of like they kind of get like aroused over the gambling.
Oh.
So I really liked it. We can try to watch it one day.
I will bring that up.
Okay.
I will see.
I think I mentioned it to her.
Yeah.
Before.
Okay. But yeah. So anyway, so I ghosted her because I was like, okay, she's a dweeb, but I love my little dweeb and she knows that in my heart. I love her so much more than anything. But the thing is that out of all the people I've ghosted, who half of them I don't remember whatsoever, like out of my mind, because we only talked for like 2 days maybe before I did that. I never thought about them ever again. Yeah. Like out of sight, out of mind. But every time I would hear something about anime or I would see anime, I would think about her. I'd be like, oh my God, that girl asked me if I like watch anime. And funnily enough, like before she messaged me this time when we actually did get together, I don't know if that I had seen anime or I had just thought of her. And I was like, oh my God, that girl that like, you know. And then when she messaged me, I was like, oh my God, this is the girl.
So she re-messaged you.
She re-messaged me, yeah. And she was like, I see you're still as beautiful as ever. And I was like, I am. Thank you so
Riz.
much. Yeah.
Riz 100.
It was very sweet. And I think it was the fact that it was very genuine and like was very down to earth, I think is what changed and she didn't ask me anything about anime this time. I think she learned her lesson. But I told her this recently about how the fact that I had thought about her because I was like, oh my God, like that's
the
anime girl. Yeah. And she was like, when you were thinking about me, like she was like, well, yeah,
W's in the chat.
So cute. It was so funny. We were just talking about it. So I mean, historically, rejection has been not a strong suit of mine, but I have to say that recently I have been better. I have matured as a person and I think that now I'm at a place where I can comfortably be like, hey, thank you so much, but I am not interested. And I can actually like vocalize what it is in a way that is honest and is not hurtful to the person. Yeah. Because there's definitely been people that have messaged me like after I ghosted them being like, what the fuck? And I also ghosted that message. Sorry, shout out. They might see this. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I have grown. But I've been better. Like there were not that recently, but like there were a few instances where I had to be like, hey, I appreciate this, but this is how I'm feeling and I just like think that this would be better or I just would like to not continue, you know. And so I was proud of myself in those moments. I'm
communication on 100.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is that I've reached a level of communication where it isn't only with my friends or my intimate partner that I can communicate with, it's also other people, even like in work settings too, like turning down stuff and being like, hey, this is not working, or like I don't think that this is a good idea or whatever. I'm like not a people pleaser anymore. Fucking hate me, I don't care.
Yep, you've told many times you're like, can I say the C word on here? Like I don't know.
I'm a cunt.
We're saying it on Australian way.
We're saying it with love in the Australian way, not in like the American way. Yeah. Where it's like, I hate women. Because obviously not.
But all the time, Carolina's like, I'm just a cunt.
And I am, and I'm proud of it.
Oh, I'm being such a cunt right now, but I don't care.
Yeah. To me, cunt feels more loving than bitch. And like when I say, sometimes when I'm like, oh, well, I'm just being a cunt, people are, yeah. But I'm like, if I'm being a bitch, like, I don't, like that feels really heavy. Yeah, like that feels like heavier to me. Yeah. That's exactly what it feels like. So I'd rather be like, I'm being a cunt than like, I'm a bitch. Yeah. Because like, if I'm being a bitch, then I'm like, that's when I'm being mean. If I'm being a cunt, I'm just like.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, I'm glad we've grown.
Do you think, like, what about like friend rejection?
Oh, you know the spot that you're hitting. Yeah.
We weren't thinking of like
so I've had a friend rejection recently. I've had two recently. And they were just complicated situations. It wasn't because I'm a bad friend. Disclaimer. I mean, maybe they might beg to differ, but I like it wasn't anything like that I did historically. There was like reasons to it. And I tried to rekindle at least one of the friendships. I tried to salvage the other one. That was a harder rejection for me to deal with, for sure. I think the way that I handled it was avoidant.
Yeah.
The first one was definitely avoidant. I learned my lesson with the second one, and I was very communicative in that one. And, you know, it kind of came to like a good closure ending where there's no bad blood. And I don't really think there's bad blood with any of them, but the first one definitely hit me harder. I was definitely more upset. Emotional support. I was definitely more upset. And like, even still sometimes I find myself being like a little bit upset.
Yeah, when you think about
where
it.
Yeah, and it's not upsetness at the fact that like it happened. It's like I'm like, oh, like I kind of
time.
Yeah, and like, and it's like it was such a good friendship. And it's not the fact that it happened. It's just like sometimes I'm like, oh, like there are moments where I'm like, oh, I want to tell this person that thing, and it's like, oh, but we're not friends anymore. Or like I'll see something, I'm like, this would be perfect for them, and I'm like, can't tell them that. Honestly, worse than a breakup. Like my most recent breakup compared to that.
Why? It's because like at the end of the day when you break up, it's just like we don't want to be in a relationship anymore. So like for the like majority of people who are monogamous, it's just like, okay, well, we just can't be together. Yeah. Versus like when it's a friend, it's like, well, you have other friends, and it's like you can have me as a friend. You can have but it's like you're choosing
to not have me as a friend.
Versus when it's like when we break up, it's just like, well, we can't talk anymore because
I'll just date someone else.
Yeah. Versus like somebody being like, consciously, I'm just gonna not.
Yeah, consciously, I just like don't want you in my life anymore. That hurts way more.
I feel
sure.
that.
You are also kind of having one of those.
I don't want to like take it all the way and call it that because I'm still like a little bit in denial about it. Like I'm like,
first step.
I'm holding space, for them to like come back into my life if they want me. Yeah. But yeah, just one of my really close friends is like, she's always been like that, where she's
being a little Casper-y.
Yes, and like she's always been like that. Yeah. Like when we kind of like lived close to each other. Yeah. It wasn't so much like that, but then when we kind of moved further away, it was kind of constantly we've had to have the conversation. And even when we did live near each other, I remember having the conversation with her in person and being like, hey, like I just really don't love it, like when you don't answer me. Yeah. Even if you want to answer and just be like, hey, like I don't have the space for this right now, like I'll text you because then at least like
you know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, when I see something, I just answer it. Like, just like somebody was talking to me. But yeah, my brain just doesn't, like, compute the, like, just not answering. And then it happened again once for a while. And then she texted me, like, this big thing. And was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I shouldn't have done that to you. And I'm like, okay, like, great. We're back. Yeah. And then we saw each other, like, one time after that. 1 or 2 times. And then the same thing again. And then she recently kind of texted me like a couple months ago and was like, hey, like I'm going through something in my life and it's just really hard for me to maintain my relationship right now. And like, I get that
100.
But then she's like posting with like her other friends and whatever, so I'm like, okay, like is it just me that you like have a hard time maintaining? Like, am I a high maintenance friendship, or are you just like maybe only see, like it's really only one person that she's kind of focusing on, and then that like person's group. So I've been feeling very sad about it. And not even so mad, like I'm just at the point where I'm like, literally step on me, walk all over me, just like come back.
Please, I love you.
And I don't know why I just feel like I feel all my friendships very deeply.
I think I'm that way too, very much.
So yeah, I've just been sad about it. I wrote a song about it.
It's a really good song. I've heard it.
Thank you. I listen to it every day. I do.
You wake up in the morning and you're like,
every time I like see or post something or whatever, I'm like, okay, God, listen to that song, because I just get upset and it helps like vent or whatever.
Music therapy.
But I really want to release it, and I almost was gonna sing on the TV show, but I was like, nah.
Can you tell our viewers about it?
Yeah, it's like a talent show that I'm gonna be on.
You were not rejected for it. You were actually accepted.
I was accepted. It's like a talent show, but it's not like a competition. Yeah,
it's a showcase,
it's gonna be on City TV. It's gonna be on CM Canada TV, and it's gonna be on YouTube. So I get to go. I'm gonna sing 4 of my songs. I either get a half episode or a whole episode.
She's not singing the song she wrote for me, but whatever.
That's fine. Sorry. I'm gonna get like have to have hair and makeup done and stuff. Exciting. I think I'm gonna do most of it, and then I'll just have them kind of touch it up or help me with something. But yeah, I got my outfit the other day. I'm very excited. Yeah.
That is so exciting.
So I can't wait.
I love having famous friends.
Oh my goodness. Just wait. We're going to both be famous.
Yeah.
From this podcast. From
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
To figure out.
Speaking of rejection, here's an idea of yours that I wanted to reject so badly but didn't. Is you have wanted to try Hawache bowls for the longest time.
Lovely.
And it sounds disgusting to me.
Really?
Milk and Sprite sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Okay, continue.
But I trust that we will get the ratio correct.
So what she's leading into is...
We are going to be making a Hawache bowl.
Yeah! We're making Hawache! I'm so excited. If anybody doesn't know, there was like this trend. Oh, I should have...
It's a trend a while ago,
is it
but
Japanese?
we've loafed it.
I should have looked this up before we've done it.
Maybe Korean?
Yeah, one of those. I'm Chinese, I
I was
swear.
going to say, she could say that. She could say that.
Yeah, so I saw the girl on TikTok being like, it's 3 a.m. and I'm severely
Yes.
dehydrated.
And there's like sunlight coming through the window.
Yes. And I'm going to make Hawache. And then just the sound of it, like, in the bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll put a microphone up to it.
oh, yeah. We have
We'll
to.
do the ASMR part.
So we're going to try Hawache. So give us a second. We're going to take a
Quick break.
Quick
We'll
break.
be right back. It won't be a break at all for you.
Yeah,
but
it's going to come right now, but we're going to get set up for the Hawache, and I'm going to check what culture it's from.
Okay. Hi, Eve. I'm so happy you
Down.
Okay. Hi, yay. We're back. With
And
Hawache.
we have Hawache. Caroline is much shorter than me, so I'm like literally like,
Like laying down.
you wanted it to be casual? This is casual.
We're sitting on the floor. Okay. Cameron, did you find out what culture it's from?
No. Google. Siri.
Hey Siri, what culture are Hawache bowls from? This is hibachi. Hawache.
Search on Google. Fuck.
Korean. I was correct.
Okay, yes. Okay,
Traditional
perfect.
Korean punch.
All right. A traditional Korean punch.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you to...
Cat just jumped on
We have the...
We're using the cat tree to
the
hold
tripod
the
is on the cat tree, and Avery just jumped to the top of it. So...
If you
that's
see a little
lovely.
tail swinging.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
Can I put the
Do not
things
jump off.
in the bowl?
Yes, 100%. Can I pour the milk?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I'll stir.
we have here raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries. So let's put those in. Wait, hold the mic up to there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was probably good.
Okay, now we have peaches.
Peaches. There's too many peaches, but ready? Oh yeah, that's good, right?
Put the rest. We're not going to eat them.
Okay, then we have
Watermelon.
Ooh. Cut them up nice and small.
Yeah. And
Then-
finally, Jello.
Jello, the white kind.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah, I liked that.
I'm so excited you have no idea. There's a huge white fluff of a belly here, or
Somebody's
my,
there.
my dog, somebody.
Okay, now we mix.
Yes, mix away.
Okay, so there's supposed to be Sprite that goes into it, but we both agree that we think the Sprite is going to ruin it, and we both are very particular about food. So we're going to try it without first, and then we will add a little bit into our cups so as not to ruin the entire
bowl.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. Okay, leave room for the...
Yeah. Remember when you told me to bring paper towels?
Yeah. I told you to be necessary.
Can you hold it? I will be right back.
My hand now has strawberry milk on it.
We were planning out our first episode. I'm like, okay, well, we have to do Hawache.
To be honest, I think this is the Hawache is the thing that convinced me.
To do a podcast.
Yeah.
You were like, can we... Actually, when I was like, do you want to do a podcast together? You were like, can we do Hawache?
Wipe it off me. Thank you, peasant.
Let's do the next one. I'm using my knees to hold up my microphone.
think it looks good?
Yeah. Okay, let me save some room for that. Let me just grab one.
Also, this is homogenized milk.
And we're both lactose intolerant.
Literally, I don't know why you have homo milk. Oh, maybe, well, you said it earlier. Like, well, it's the only one they let me buy at the grocery store.
If I try to walk out with skim milk, they're like, girl, what the fuck?
Okay, wait, where am I going to hold my microphone? I'll just hold it. Hold on.
You can put it in between.
Oh my god, wait. Hold on. Perf! Okay.
I don't have that option.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod. I should just hold it like this all the time. It's perfect. I should record like this in the stew. Come on now. All right, let's give it a little like.
Okay, let's give it a stir. I'm so excited. Okay.
Okay, let me get a bit of
First,
everything.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. There's so much ice. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. I thought we were gonna actually cheers. It's on your mouth. I don't want ice.
Good.
This is my breakfast.
I'm dripping on the carpet. Fuck my life. It kind of tastes like nature's. This is very anticlimactic. Both of us are like,
I found out today that I like strawberry milk though.
Yeah,
I always thought it was gonna be fucking weird. But fine.
I really like it though.
I like it.
At my
This feels
birthday, instead of a punch bowl, I'll have a Hawache bowl.
And the watermelon is really nice and
Oh,
crunchy.
wait, I don't know if I have a watermelon.
I love a watermelon. Do you want me to grab you one?
I found one. So the ice is just in the way.
The watermelon's fucking good, man. And because it's been like on the ice, it's like.
Okay. Do you want to try this Sprite in it?
I guess so. Okay.
This is the traditional way. Actually, we
You
actually have
to
7 Up.
stir- Yeah. Okay, do you want to stir?
Like while it's
yeah,
pouring.
you're supposed to stir while you pour.
Okay. This is like the milk that will curdle the most. I feel like.
Okay.
Now it's fizzy.
Is that the fizzy?
Yeah. Do you need assistance?
Okay. I think I got it. Okay, that is fizzy.
Yeah, I feel like you put way more in mine.
I think I put way more in mine. Look how fizzy mine is. Yours didn't even do that. Mine has like bubbles on the top.
Mine has bubbles. What are you
I
talking
poured
about?
very little into yours. Okay.
It was a symbolic. A symbolic cheers.
Symbolic cheers.
But now we'll do a real one.
Okay. Cheers. How do we feel about that?
I didn't hate it as much as I think.
Oh wait, that should have stuff.
I think it's good both ways.
You know who you were talking about? Actually, this is really good. How that 3 a.m. video, where she's like, I'm severely dehydrated. So I read the comments on that video. And everyone was like, if you were dehydrated, like, drink water.
Yeah.
But then somebody said that during Ramadan, they have, like, soda with milk because it helps with hydration when they're fasting.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know how true that is. If someone knows, let me know. But it was a comment. I take it with a grain of salt because it's a comment on the internet. But that's enough for me to believe it. I have to say, watermelon's my favorite.
No.
Fucking love the watermelon. Oh, good.
I'm glad you like it.
Me too. I really was only doing it to appease you.
Thank you.
Moral of the story: don't reject everything.
The Sprite kind of goes hard. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Or the 7 Up.
Our off-brand Sprite.
Yeah.
My hands are cold.
Okay. Do we have closing remarks? Like, what's the vibe?
What is our bad? If anyone likes
Wait.
ice chewing ASMR.
We'll do it. Wait, do an ASMR moment. ASMR. Okay, hi guys. We're talking into our boobs and knees. I don't know how I feel about this right. I think I took it back. I take it back. I think it would be better with carbonated water.
Hell no. Nope.
I mean, like, maybe the strawberry flavor of the carbonated water. Because I like the fizz. I just don't know about the lemon and the lime with all the other things.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
See, the lemon and lime isn't what's throwing me off.
No?
I think for me it's more of the fizz, but it's not even that fizzy. I actually really enjoy strawberry milk. And I feel like it's taking away from my strawberry milk. But I like
Well,
it.
now you have the Nesquik. Like strawberry milk when has.
My
Why
first time
is the
grocery
strawberry
shopping.
literally white?
What's the inside of the strawberry?
That's not going to be on the inside of me.
You can give me that strawberry, I'll eat it.
Wait, I need a peach. I feel like I wasn't peaching.
I thought you said you had to pee again, and I was like, girl, you need to go to the doctor right now.
I do have a...
Cameron,
Yeah, baby.
what would you like to be stubborn about this week?
Going on a walk. We are going on Sunday, for real. I'd like to take my medicine every day.
Okay.
That's something I want to be stubborn about. Yeah, I think that's my main thing. Maybe actually cleaning my house and actually doing the dishes that have been sitting in my sink. I'm not calling you out. Yeah. Well, I almost choked. Carolina.
Cameron,
That was really quiet.
that was really quiet.
What would you like to be stubborn about this week? You were really on me for my answer, and then you don't have anything prepared.
I thought maybe I'd think of something while you talked.
What's
This
your
week.
goal?
See, the thing is, like, I just feel like I have a few.
Okay, say them all.
Oh, God bless. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm not gonna burp. I'll just put beep over the thing. I
Take your time.
You know what? This week I would like to be more stubborn about self-care.
Okay.
I feel like I've been letting that slide, and I got all dolled up on Wednesday for the first time in a long time, and I was like, oh, it feels so good to like myself. And what really solidified it, shout out if she hears this, no hate, I'm not upset about it, but like I showed her a picture. I was like, oh, like, you want to see what I was wearing that day? And this at work, and I don't put effort into, like, I do and I don't. I also, like, I purposely look a little bit frumpy at work because I feel like it garners respect.
I
feel like if
always
I'm
am frumpy.
I feel like if I'm too
Put together?
put together, not even put together, because I'm put together, it's just like I'm not pretty put together.
Yeah,
I'm
like
like professionally put
yeah.
together, but I feel like if I'm too pretty at
You're not
work,
trying
like
to
I'm
sex
not
it
gonna.
up.
Yeah, I feel like if
Yeah.
I'm like too pretty at work, people are gonna like not respect me.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna be like, oh, like, she's just dumb. But anyways, I showed her a picture and I was like, oh, like, this is what I was wearing. She's like, that doesn't look like you. And I was like, yeah, because I never do that. So that was my motivation to
Like,
start
who's
putting.
that?
She's like, oh, is that your
Should I take
sister?
this out of my...
I don't care.
It's convenient.
Anyway, so I think that I want to, no hate, girl, I'm not upset about it. It didn't hurt my feelings. But I was like, you're right. Like, you never see me like that. Like,
Yeah.
nobody really ever sees me like that, except for Munchkin sometimes. Or if I'm
When
going
I see you
out.
on the talk, I'm eating it up.
On the talk?
TikTok.
Oh. I was like, the View Talk 1010? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Who's on the talk? Is it Whoopi?
Huh?
The talk, like the show? Is it? Oh, The View? What's the show where they all sit around? It's
View Talk
basically
1010.
no, the one
thought it
where
was
like
sports.
Whoopi, and that's where Kelly Osbourne
Whoopi
was like,
Goldberg.
"You should pick up my trash" or whatever she said. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do
Is it
know
called
what
The View?
I think so. I think that's The View.
Okay,
Correct us if we're wrong.
We're probably
Sidetrack.
wrong.
you're not doing your eyebrows right. The tail is like down here, and the pencil is like over here.
You know what makes it worse?
What?
Is that's a tattoo. It's not pencil.
The brow tattoo?
Okay, so I got my. This is my funny anecdote.
Okay.
I got my brows powder ombre like several years ago.
How did I know this?
And this eyebrow was perfect, and she was like, "Do you want them to be even, or do you want me to follow the natural shape of your eyebrow?" I said, "Make them even." So now, I was like, "Well, I'll just like wax the tail," but like I wax the tail all the time, and it's still not the right.
Look at me with both eyes.
From the front, you can't
It's
really
fine,
notice
yeah,
it.
it's
It's
just
just
from
from
the
the
side.
side. That's why I didn't want to be on the side.
So
on the
is
front.
it really? So is it like tattoo, like real tattoo never coming out, or is it like makeup tattoo that will fade in a couple years?
It should fade. It's
Okay.
already fading. It used
Okay.
to be like thick. So probably by the time I'm like 40, I
Okay.
should be like in good shape again.
You should get Jersey to laminate them for you.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
It's kind of like permanently like straightening like the hairs.
But then I go back in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, should do it for free. I'll talk to her about it. One time we're sitting, me and her, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, my cousin. I was like, I don't remember your lips being that big, but I didn't want to say anything, so I just said, Jers, would you ever get lip filler? And she goes, I just did. She's like, I won a giveaway.
That was such a smart way to ask.
We talk about it all the time. So that also the tattoo. I never.
I love how you were not that delicate with me. You're like, you're filling in your eyebrows wrong.
I said you're not doing your eyebrows right. Like
Which
Tanner.
is saying that I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
though, right?
I do.
The bestie love on
Am
the
I doing
spectrum.
my eyebrows right?
Mhm.
I love him.
I want to get that
Merch.
shirt. I want to
That
get the
is
merch.
So cute.
I fucking love him. Bradley Cooper in an interview recently talked about they were like, what's your like guilty pleasure like favorite comfort show? He's like Love on the Spectrum.
They're just like us for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, they're just real people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am gonna try to take my medicine on time this week.
And
You're gonna try to have self-care.
yeah, I'm gonna look human. Yeah, I'm gonna try and look decent. I want people to like not.
So you're trying to connect with the pretty side.
Yeah.
All of your sides are pretty, but you know what I mean. Stop.
Yeah, I feel like I just, I often will like wash my hair and then be like, I'm not gonna do it, and then I like suffer and I feel like
Yeah.
shit for days.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm like, oh, well, my makeup's upstairs. I don't want to do it. So I want to just be better to myself.
We can do a check-in. I'll check in with
Yeah,
you.
I'll check in with you on Sunday. I'm gonna FaceTime you, and if you're not on a walk, I'm gonna yell
Yeah,
at you.
yeah. Okay, perfect. I love that
You're
we're
like, if
at-
I call you and you're ugly, then I'll yell
yeah,
at you.
exactly. I'd be like, where's your makeup?
What are we at?
I was just going to say, we are at 2,045 bars.
I don't know what that means.
Like, every count of 4. 1, 2,
I don't understand how many
3,
seconds
4.
that
1,
is.
2,
I have to
3,
change that
4.
to seconds.
Yeah, you can.
I can.
Okay, so thank you guys for watching our first episode.
This has been your two stubborn 20-somethings.
Yes. We will see you the next time we see you. It'll be a similar format, different topic. There was something out downstairs I was like, oh, we should talk about that. I'll think about it.
We'll add it to our
list.
Yeah.
We have lots
Our
of
arsenal.
ideas. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like.
Yeah.
Let me know how we can improve.
Feel free to roast us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're here for it.
I love you.
Sweet chicken. I love you.
Aww. Yeah, and we will see you guys next time.
Toodaloo. Um,